I'm Petty Officer Kelly Barncord. I serve in the United States Navy as a Machinist Mate First Class. Machinist Mate we do a very broad spectrum of things. We work on anything from boilers to nuclear propulsion plants to catapults, elevators. We do all the maintenance on pretty much everything with moving parts on the ship. I'm specific to being a cryogenic technician, which means I work in the oxygen and nitrogen producing plant. So pretty much what we do is we take the air that we breathe and we turn it into liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen. Around the ship we use oxygen and nitrogen for a lot of different things. The aircraft tires are filled with nitrogen. We do a lot of testing on the equipment around the ship with nitrogen. Oxygen, our oxygen goes up to the aircraft, and that's what the pilots breathe. To join the Navy, everyone has to take the ASVAB test, and when you do well enough on the test, I was fortunate enough to do well enough on the math and science portions of the ASVAB to allow me to be a machinist mate. So once you go through boot camp, you go to a technical school for your rate, which mine is machinist mate. Machinist mate A school, we call it A school. It's a 5 or 6 week course. Once you complete that and you do well enough, you have the opportunity, well, I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to go to my cryogenic technician, we call it a C school. It's a follow-on class when you do well enough and you qualify for it. Once you get to the ship, there are some more general qualifications that you have to get to work in the plant. That include, you have to get qualifications to operate the plant. I think the best part about being a machinist mate is working in engineering department. There's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of pride in what we do, and I think that's the best part. The worst part is probably we work a lot of long hours. We have a lot of watch standing that we do, but you are always doing it with your peers and the other people that you work with, and that helps build the camaraderie. So the worst part is actually part of the best part. My words of advice for anyone who would like to be a cryogenic technician, or an MM for that matter, there's a lot of opportunities in this job field. You want to make sure that you're doing really well in school in general, but especially math and science. This is a very scientific, cryogenics is a very scientific field. Just stay motivated and be outgoing and try to do the best you can, and you'll go far. Another thing to remember is that the decisions that you make now will stay with you for a long time, and it'll affect what you do later. So, don't get in trouble with the law. Hang out, stay away from getting in the wrong crowd, and you'll do well.